So, officially, good morning, everyone. Especially the magnificent children from Lions Park School. And that good morning was a little weak, kids. Good morning, children. Thank you all for coming to celebrate Veterans Day 2024 here in Mount Prospect, Illinois. My name is Bill Starr, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies. How does this sound? Is there an echo? Is this bad? This better? This better? Okay. In particular, I'd like to welcome my fellow veterans of Mount Prospect, the members of the American Legion, All-American VFW Post 1337, you guys, commanded by Les Durov. Commander Les Durov, where are you, Les? Commander Les Durov of the VFW. And American Legion Post 525, commanded by yours truly. I would also welcome some distinguished guests here to again celebrate with us if they're here, maybe not, depending on their duties and responsibilities here in the village. Our Mayor, Paul Hofert. Are you here, Paul? Paul, yay. Police Chief Mike Eterno. Mike's probably busy elsewhere. Okay. Fire Chief John Dolan. Also probably putting out a fire somewhere. But you all know the phrase, last but not least. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please also welcome our State Senator, Mark Walker. Where are you, Mark? And to all of you, a very sincere thank you for coming. We'll now post the colors. To begin the program, the colors of the United States will be posted by members of the Mount Prospect VFW and American Legion Post. Would everyone please stand? Quietly, please. Color bearers, prepare to advance the colors. Post and firing detail. Attention, hut, present, huh. Color bearers, advance the colors. Halt. Post the colors. Now please join VFW Commander Les Durov in renewing the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Honored guests, please remove your caps, place them in your right hand, and place your right hand over your heart. Also, please note that if you are a military veteran, you're allowed and encouraged to render a military hand salute while reciting the pledge, and certainly when you sing the national anthem. Les?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which I stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order! Huh! At ease. Color bearers post. Color bearers post to the rear. Well done, color guard. Well, it's time to sing. Please remain standing as Miss Debbie Schreiner of St. Paul's Lutheran Church will lead us in singing our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Post and firing detail, attention, present, huh!
Stars through the perilous fight.
righty. Everyone please take your seats. See if I can do this without a back hum. All right, we're looking pretty good on the microphone now. Let me have your attention, please, children. Pastor Russ Bechtold of the Northwest Assembly of God will give the opening reflection. Pastor.
Well, I know you all know why you're here, but let me remind you that we are here to remember, honor, and thank all those who have ever served in the armed forces of the United States ever since the beginning of our country. It's our desire that everything that we say, the songs that we sing, the actions we take, everything that we do will fully demonstrate our great gratitude. I'd like to thank all of you for also being here today. And I have a job for you. In a minute, I'm going to count to 3, and after I do that, I want you to say nice and loud, "Thank you, veterans." Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Yeah, no kidding. Well done. It is a celebration. Thank you very much. That was amazing. So, you ever ask yourself your question, what is a veteran? Hear the word all the time, children. What exactly is a veteran? Ladies and gentlemen, before we sing God Bless America, which will be next, I would like to introduce 2 students from MacArthur Middle School who will now answer that question, what is a veteran? Please welcome Miss Roxy Regal and Miss Mary Carlson.
Who is a veteran? Some of our veterans are easy to recognize. They wear uniforms, medals, and ribbons. Most veterans, however, live among us quietly and anonymously. They are America's own sons and daughters. Let's consider for a moment the question, who is a veteran? A veteran is an elderly gentleman sitting on a park bench who helped liberate a Nazi concentration camp during World War II. A veteran is the grizzled service station mechanic who showed extraordinary courage at the 38th parallel during the Korean War. A veteran is the nurse taking care of newborns in a hospital nursery who once bandaged burned and bloody limbs at Da Nang during Vietnam. A veteran is a POW who once returned home to face a culture he didn't recognize and how he finds himself able at last to tell a story to his adult children. A veteran is a police officer driving her patrol car through the neighborhood who spent 6 months in Saudi Arabia making sure armored personnel carriers didn't run out of fuel during Desert Storm. A veteran is an older college student who braved the heat and terrorists while in Iraq or Afghanistan during Operation Enduring Freedom. On Veterans Day, we honor all people who served in our armed forces. They stand proudly in the timeline of history. Many war heroes and visionary military leaders stand in this line of selfless service. Some bear visible signs of their bravery and service. Others carry inner signs, a soul forged and shaped by battle. Today, we offer special recognition to veterans who faced the horrors of war and especially those who gave up their lives in service to the nation. They and their families deserve our highest praise and eternal gratitude. We remember and salute all fallen heroes today and thank their families for their ultimate sacrifice.
A veteran, however, is not only someone who fought in a war. Listen to the words of a staff sergeant who served during Desert Storm. I greatly admire and respect my heroes and friends in the desert for their courage, stamina, and superb performance during Desert Storm. Yet let's not discount the accomplishments of all who stayed back in the garrisons and training fields in America. We also served yet in ways that don't grab headlines. We kept on doing what we are paid to do, train soldiers. We played a critical role in caring for the families left behind. We helped assure that thousands of Guard and Reserve soldiers were fit to fight. We took on the rear area workload, which needed to be done right. These are powerful words and true ones. And let's not forget to honor the many other veterans who served during peacetime and those who deployed during operations other than war. All soldiers commit to putting themselves on the line. Members of the National Guard continue to put themselves in harm's way, adding with disaster and hurricane relief efforts every year, as we saw in Mogadishu, Somalia, and the American Embassy at Nairobi, Kenya. Soldiers die in operations other than war. All soldiers train and maintain a constant state of readiness, so that whenever the nation needs them, they are ready to serve, and if necessary, to fight and die for their country. Therefore, on Veterans Day, we recognize and honor the many veterans who supported our war fighters, as well as all soldiers who served during peacetime. We recognize the fullest possible definition of the term veteran as any person who has served in the armed force, past and present, at home and abroad, in peacetime and in war, and on active duty. In the Army Reserve and the Army National Guard, we honor them today as we have for many years. We owe all American veterans a profound debt of gratitude. And the freedoms and opportunities we enjoy today were brought and paid for with their devotion to duty and their sacrifices.
Your contributions and acts of selfless service make a profound difference in our world. We praise you, we honor you, and we thank you.
While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with gold. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
You guys didn't know we were all those things, did you? We are. That was wonderful. Thank you very much. Now, our keynote speaker, the highlight of the day. Our keynote speaker today, Dutch, behave over there. Our keynote speaker today is retired U.S. Army Major Laura Matuzik. Now, normally over the years, my introductions of keynote speakers have been mostly formal, using their rank and last name, like General Jimmy Doolittle, for example. In this case, it would be Major Laura Matuzik. Nope, not this time. Laura is currently an active member of the Mount Prospect VFW and American Legion. She served with me in Reserve Civil Affairs Brigade, and I can attest to the fact that she was a fine, highly respected officer. Please know that Laura is loved and respected by all. So, a bit of military history on Major Laura Matuzik. Laura is a Chicago native, commissioned a second lieutenant in the military police branch of the Army at college graduation. She then went on to earn an MBA from Lake Forest Graduate School of Management. Laura served in the military for over 22 years. Please listen to this impressive list of job titles that she had. As a lieutenant, platoon leader at the 822nd Military Police Company, investigation officer with an MP battalion, tactical intelligence officer of Military Police Intelligence Battalion, company commander of an MP battalion headquarters company, intelligence officer at MI detachment, military intelligence detachment, deployed to Bosnia and civil affairs officer at the headquarters in Sarajevo as the secretary of the general staff from the 308th Civil Affairs Brigade, which was my outfit as well. Senior simulation coach with the 85th Battle Projection Group. Combat, what do they call that, seminars or exercises, and she was a judge. Counterterrorism course, Conventional Physical Security course, Military Police Officers Advanced course, Military Intelligence Officers Advanced course, Civil Affairs Officers course, Psychological Operations Officers course. John, where are you, John? Your husband? John Matuzik, where are you? Okay, so your psychological operations at home, you got that? All right, man. Combined Arms and Service Staff School, and Laura is a graduate of the U.S. Army Command and General Staff College at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas, which must be completed in order to be promoted to Lieutenant Colonel. Laura chose to retire from the military to meet the demands of her growing family. She was on the LTC, she was on the Lieutenant Colonel promotion list at the time she retired. Among her awards are highly respected Meritorious Service Medal, and that's known as the MSM, and the Army Commendation Medal, also known as the Green Weenie. Never mind. Laura makes her home in Mount Prospect with her husband, village trustee John Matuzik, who I just pointed out. Laura and John have raised 3 children in the community. John, I want to ask you a question. Did you know about all this education that Laura had? You had any idea? You did. All right, can you say workaholic? Laura's an active in the community, volunteering with Lions Park and Lincoln parent-teacher organizations, religious education at St. Raymond's School, Lions Club, and is currently, as I mentioned, involved with the Mount Prospect VFW and American Legion. Please welcome our own Major Promotable, Laura Matuzik.
Thank you. I don't think I'm going to talk as long as Bill did, but good morning, Lions Park. I am so excited to be here today. I've spent so much time in that school, and I loved every minute of it. Teaching art appreciation, fitness is fun, and a member of the PTO and the PTA, so I'm so glad to be here to spend some time with you today. I'm honored to be here in celebration of Veterans Day. To our veterans in the audience, thank you. Thank you for your courage, determination, grit, and bravery. Thank you for your service, and thank you for our freedom. I'd like anyone here who has a family member who was or is in the military to raise their hands. So if your mom, dad, grandparents, ooh, we have a lot of them here. So I also want to thank you for everybody who has their hands raised. I and so many of our fellow Americans appreciate your family members' service, and we recognize that having a loved one in the military can be difficult. While you did not join the military, you are also serving your country through your support, sacrifices, and separation from your loved ones. So thank you. You can put your hands down now. I love the audience participation. Their calling was to serve. It is our duty to remember and thank them for their service. There are 2 days when we publicly honor our veterans: Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Memorial Day is a solemn day honoring those who died. You can honor the fallen by attending memorial services within our community or laying flowers and planting flags on veterans' graves. Veterans Day is an opportunity to do the same, but it is also appropriate time to show your appreciation to veterans and their families, to all those people that had their hands up raised earlier, because you too are serving by supporting your family member that's in the service. So let's talk about today. Why is today important? Well, in 1918, a long time ago, on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, what happened? Do any of the children know what happened? What happened in the front? What? The fighting of World War I ended, right? It was the war to end all wars. And with that, November 11th became universally recognized as a day of celebration. But it wasn't originally called Veterans Day. Can anybody tell me what that day was originally called in the back? Yeah, you. You're absolutely right. Teachers are doing an awesome job teaching these children. Thank you. It wasn't until 1954, after World War II and the Korean War, it was renamed Veterans Day to honor all veterans who served in war and defended democracy. So today, we honor all our veterans who unselfishly placed their lives on the line for our freedom. These men and women were ordinary people. They heard the call of duty and they answered it. They didn't have capes, fancy outfits, or superpowers, but they had extraordinary courage, bravery, and love for their country. They left their families, their homes, and their lives, not for recognition or fame, or even the honor we bestow on them today. They fought to protect our country, to maintain our way of life. As we honor our veterans and remember their great deeds, let us also salute those who are currently fighting for freedom. All of the danger we see around the world has helped us all realize how truly unique the American way of life is. The freedom we enjoy is extremely fragile and special, and that is why we must defend it. So now is the time to not only honor those who have fought or are fighting for our freedom, it is also the time for each of us to take part in protecting it. The defense of freedom is not just for those in the military. Each of us shares that duty, that responsibility. You don't have to join the Army, the Navy, or any other military organization to actively defend our way of life. We can protect our freedom simply by not taking it for granted. Be respectful when saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and all of you did that today, so thank you. Stand when you hear the national anthem or when a U.S. flag is passing. When you do this, you show respect for our freedom and for our veterans. Volunteer for veteran organizations or organizations that support veterans. The Mount Prospect Lions Club is incredibly supportive of so many Mount Prospect organizations, including the Veterans of Foreign Wars and the American Legion. So thank you to anybody who's in the Lions Club, because we thank you for your support. Saying thank you to veterans you encounter is also a good practice to adopt. It's a simple gesture, but one that reminds veterans they're seen and appreciated. When a veteran recognizes another, it reminds them they're not alone. That thank you also reminds us, civilian and veteran alike, that we have a promise to uphold. If you have a friend or family member who has a mom or dad or a member that is deployed, check in on them and see how they're doing. Veterans Day isn't just a day for veterans, it's a day for all Americans. It's a day to remember and reflect for all of us to do our part to protect freedom for future generations. Thank you, boys and girls.
Not surprisingly, that was right on the money, wasn't it, folks? How about it? All right, time to sing again. I know there seems to be a lot of standing and sitting going on today, and I apologize for that, but it's time to sing again. So please stand and all join in to sing America the Beautiful. Ms. Schreiner?
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Debbie. Please take your seats. And now the combined VFW and American Legion firing detail will move outside and commence the Army and Navy Marine Corps rifle salute honoring all veterans, living and dead. Officer of the Day, take charge of the firing detail.
Ready. Take care, bro.
Ready, set. Hey! Ah! Hey! Ah! Hey! Ah! Order! Well, hold it. Order. Take your, ready your arm. If you're safe. Order! Arm! Right, face. Right, trail the arm. Forward! Thank you. Well done. I will now turn control of the program over to Lions Park School Music Director, Ms. Gretchen Wohl, for a special Veterans Day song presented by the Lions Park School Chorus under the direction of Chorus Director, Ms. Tara Jomi. It is entitled, and I've listened to it online, it's a beautiful song, On Veterans Day, written by Carl Heinzman. If you would, please.
All right, everyone. So for Lions Park, we're going to stand without talking, and we're actually going to face that way. I'm going to go in the middle, level 0 speed. We're standing tall, getting ready to stand. All right, try your best to see me. Hello. Okay, wonderful job. If you cannot see me, you can come forward a little bit, okay, or just make the window, okay? Here we go. Our backs are tall. We're ready.
Gretchen, that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm sure they've been rehearsing since September. Wow. All right, next up is the playing of taps. Now please stand for the playing of taps. Mr. Gavin Selewski of MacArthur Middle School will do the honors. Post and firing detail. Attention. Bugler, at your ready. Order! At ease. At ease. Please take your seats. I know it sounds like I'm barking, but I've been practicing my... Anyway, never mind. Before we conclude, allow me this bit of Mount Prospect Veterans Day history. Mayor in particular. Back in 2017, then Mayor Arlene Jurasek, by official village proclamation, designated Veterans Day as also officially Loved Ones Appreciation Day. That one-year proclamation has been officially extended indefinitely by Mayor Holford. Thank you, Mayor. Therefore, we pause now to recognize and appreciation the wives or husbands, girlfriends or boyfriends, mothers and fathers who stayed home during time of war and daily agonized over the perils of war and the risks that they knew we would take to keep our buddies safe and our country free. When the veterans you honor here today came home alive, it wasn't just the soldiers who were happy. The main sign of relief came from their loved ones. And so today it's also Loved Ones Appreciation Day in Mount Prospect. If you are a loved one of a veteran, please stand now. Marcy, you're up. So we have now recognized our true lovers. Take your seats, please. And now, have your attention, please. And now, Police Officer Mark Bechtold, our Community Service Officer and current chaplain of the Mount Prospect Fire Police Department, will share closing reflections. Pastor.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. It's a privilege as a chaplain for the Mount Prospect Police and Fire Departments to stand before you and express my gratitude today. I am thankful for our freedoms: freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and freedom of assembly. I am thankful for peace. I also understand these virtues come at a high cost of the men and women willing to answer the call to serve our nation's military. On this Veterans Day, we recognize and honor those who have served and are currently serving in the military in defense of peace and freedom. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for another. And so today in particular, we show our appreciation for our many freedoms and the peace in our lives due to the sacrifices of our veterans and their loved ones. Thank you, veterans, and may our nation continue to be blessed.
Ladies and gentlemen, children, that concludes our ceremony for 2024. However, on behalf of all the veterans of Mount Prospect, I would like to thank all of you for coming here today to celebrate Veterans Day. Not commemorate, to celebrate, because we're here and we're glad to be here. Your support is appreciated. I would especially like to thank Katie Kelly, the principal, music director Ms. Gretchen Wool, and chorus director Tara Jomi, and the entire faculty of Lions Park School, and certainly all the children here today for their support. A big thank you to our brilliant songstress, Debbie Schreiner. Keynote speaker, Major Promotable Laura Matuzik. And of course, thank you to the Mount Prospect Park District for their organizational efforts and endless support, without which this celebration would not take place. All right, one last note from me personally, Colonel Starr. Ladies and gentlemen, on Veterans Day, we pause to thank all veterans, as you heard. So if you have a mind to, please reach out and thank a veteran today. Laura asked you to do that. The chaplain asked you to do that. Do you have a veteran in your family? Some do. Maybe a dad, a mom, an uncle, an aunt, possibly a grandpa. Call him up today when you get home. Call him up. Thank him. And then go outside and take a deep breath of freedom. Just a quick note, veterans here present, all of you and a guest are invited to stay and enjoy a lunch, compliments of the Mount Prospect Police Department. Thank you all again. Post dismissed. Bye.